Michael Jackson and Nas kind of share two things. I'm a big fan of both, but I only go back to like two albums. So it's Thriller and Off the Wall with Mike, and Nas is Illmatic and It Was Written. So I like Off the Wall better than Thriller, and I like It Was Written better than Illmatic.
I'm definitely a Illmatic is better. For me, it's not even close in my eyes. So Illmatic, what I loved about it was that it is such an extension of the soil that it grew from, right? Like you have MC Search, you have Large Professor, you have Pete Rock, you have, Q-Tip, DJ Premier. They are all sort of the architects of shaping the sound. And in so many ways, Nas wasn't like an extension of Native Tongues. He wasn't an extension of, Main Source, even though he made his premiere there. But he definitely felt like he was taking a page from that book, even just if we're talking about production, right? And so for myself, and I think for a lot of listeners like myself, what was jarring about It Was Written was that this was such a sharp turn. This is definitely a pivot in the sound, which in hindsight, looking back and listening to this record, it's not quite as drastic and jarring as it felt at the time. But for a lot of people, this felt like very much a deviation from the Illmatic sound. He was pursuing something lyrically that was a bit of a different motif. There was definitely like undertones of mafioso, a little bit more, the Escobar identity. And production-wise, Trackmasters are doing the bulk of this album, which feels like the furthest you could get from like a Large Professor or a Pete Rock at that time. So I was definitely a little bit harder on this album. I think as time has gone by, in the rear view, this record is clearly, it doesn't ruffle my feathers as much as it did back in the 90s.
I think 95, 96 Nas is the best rapping I've ever heard in my life from anybody ever. I'm not a huge content guy. I don't care that, before he was talking about the struggle, but now I don't really care what he was talking about. I just care that he's rapping great and it's good audibly for me to listen to. I'd contest that It Was Written probably gets unfairly criticized production-wise because there's a lot of beats on this album that are really dope.